Okay.
All right. Here we go.
So,
hold on, wait. Whoopsie. This is what I meant to do. Okay. Here we are.
So, in keeping in line with the idea of trying to make as many Christmas tree ornaments or just hanging ornaments as I can in this series, I decided to develop some book jackets for the books that were mentioned in this chapter. So I don't know, thought of what the jackets might look like and went online and did a little bit of research as to who were the authors of the books, if they were noted in like Harry Potter wiki fandom places, and like if they had any book jacket blurbs, because the wiki fandom typically does have a lot of that kind of stuff. And so I did some research and then developed these printable book jackets that once again I printed on photo paper to give it that shine. And we need string of whatever kind of string you want, glue, scissors, and then I used that it's like a board scraper in the culinary world, the thing on the far right. But I use it to make nice creases on the spine of the book jacket so that I don't fold it. And then, you know how if it accidentally folds right away, it's going to fold funny. So I just use that. And I made two sizes, a smaller one and a bigger one, just in case, just to see what felt most natural. But by the way, I'm trying to keep all of the sizes uniform. So any of the book jackets that I've made previously, I keep them all the same size. Okay. So those are your materials. And then now cut up a bunch of paper to make the inside. I tried to make it just a tiny bit shorter and a tiny bit thinner than the actual book jacket so that I can fit the string and enough paper in there. And then I tried to give them a little character. So I thought, of course, a book about dragons that Hagrid would have would probably be a little bit destroyed, would have some singe marks, would have some parts kind of cut out, because Hagrid said they're old, and Hagrid at this point, how old is Hagrid at this point? In his 50s? And so
Probably.
add the fact that Hagrid said that the books are old, that means that they're going to be, a little bit damaged, I guess.
Wait.
So
are they older than 50? Is he older than 50?
Well,
because I feel like I was going to say, in the next book, there are some events that happened 50 years ago, and I believe Hagrid was at school then.
Oh, so then they'd be 60.
So he was what, maybe fourth year?
Dang, Malfoy's dad looks pretty 13, good.
14. So they're maybe like 64-ish? I mean, that stands to reason, because Dumbledore's over 100. And I don't think anybody knows how old McGonagall is.
So basically that means that Malfoy's dad looks really good for his age.
As does Hagrid. Hagrid don't look 64.
Well, he's a little more rough around the edges and wrinkly.
Yeah, but that's his dragon and friggin' gamekeeping and damn near living in the forest, not like aging because of age, you know what I mean?
It could also be part his blood.
His giant. Because he's not even like gray, really. You know what I mean?
No, just wiry.
Yeah. And that's definitely part of the giant part, I think. like the wild wiriness, but he's not even gray. So anyway.
It's also because they can kind of transfigure themselves a little bit. Can you transfigure away wrinkles?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. So,
because I also feel like the Weasleys are probably slightly older than them.
Interesting.
I don't think the Weasleys were in school with the Malfoys. I think they were a little older, no?
But they just had Ginny. Ginny isn't even a first year yet at this point.
She's
Molly
not even 11.
has to be of childbearing age.
Yeah, but, well, I'm going to look. I'm going to look and see if I can figure out some ages. Anyway, back to magic.
So I also thought, well, if the book is lying around, maybe Norbert got a hold of it a little and maybe scratched one. So let's take a look a little bit closer at some of the details there. I scratched up the cover a little bit. I just used something sharp. I used actually my mechanical pencil without the lead sticking out. I gave it 3 scratches.
Like a claw.
Yeah, like a little.
Yeah, because it totally reminds me of that part in the Harry Potter ride at Universal where you see the dragon having scratched the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally what it reminds me of.
And that's the back of the jackets. And again, these are entirely my designs. They don't exist. I tried looking for some. There wasn't anything that I really thought was something that I would have wanted to use. A lot of them were the things that you can find online, especially for 1,000 magical herbs and fungi. Is more like Etsy purchased stuff that other people have made, and I don't want to, rip off.
Why buy something somebody else made when you can make your own?
Yeah, well, I also just don't want to rip off anybody's designs. Like, they have their own, and they should get credit for their own.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's made anyway, like it's not quote unquote Mina Lima, you know what I mean? Right. The other books were the actual books. Yeah, if it's not something that's, if somebody else is going to make it, you might as well make your own.
Yeah.
So
that's what they look like. And there's the singe mark. I was so scared of how the photo paper was going to burn, if it was going to be very quick burning or not. Also because there's glue in between the pages, and so I was kind of doing it over my sink, prepared to have to just scrap the whole project in case I had to dunk it, submerge it underwater. But it did a pretty good job. And that is what the finished product is. And now I can show you the books. Here are 1,000 magical herbs and fungi. Yay! I don't know if you can see that. Is it focusing properly? And then the back, that is a little blurb I got from the Wiki fandom pages. It's so funny. It says, a comprehensive botanical A to Z guide of magical herbs and fungi for easy plant identification and application. That's cute. And then dragon species of Great Britain and Ireland. And this is the back. And this says, this spectacular book lists all of the wild dragons living in Britain and Ireland. Ireland today, from the common Welsh green to the Hebridean blacks. So it's like kind of part of what it says in the actual chapter also. And then here's the burnt one. And I really like that I made this egg see-through so that you can kind of see the dragon underneath it.
Cute.
And here's the back. Try to make it so that you can see it properly without the glare. Too much glare. Basically, it says, this book contains everything you need to know about breeding dragons, but never taming them. That's far too dangerous.
I mean, Ron said they couldn't really be tamed because Charlie and those guys are like professionally trained to deal with dragons, and Charlie's still got burn marks all over him. So, All right. Are you going to share the designs with me for Magic or Mischief Mondays?
Yes, of course.
All right. Then I guess that's it for Magic. You know what it is. It's time
You know
for
what
Hallows
it is.
or Horcruxes. Bum, bum, bum.